The owl always looked simple to me. Big eyes, sits still, hunts at night, nothing special. But once I actually looked into how an owl works, everything changed. I didn't expect to find a creature this over-engineered, this secretive, and tuned into a world we can't even perceive. An owl can hear sounds roughly 10 times fainter than the quietest thing a human ear can pick up. Sensitive enough to hear a spider's footstep on a tree trunk or a beetle twitching its antenna. The deeper I looked, the less this bird looked like the one from the storybooks. Everything we read as wisdom, the stillness, the calm stare, the serious little face, is a disguise. It's not just what you can hear that's off the charts, it's what you can't even see. Shine ultraviolet light on a long-eared owl's feathers. The underside of its wings light up bright, glowing pink, a color that's been sitting there the entire time. And it's the females that glow the brightest, not the males. Almost backwards from every other colorful bird you know. Nobody's certain yet what it's actually for. We assume it's some kind of signal for recognizing each other, maybe even finding a mate. All in a wavelength this bird's own kind can pick up, and we simply can't. So what else is this animal picking up on that we're completely missing? Nothing about owls is normal. They're built to hunt and live through the dark. And this design is old. The first true owls appeared around 60 million years ago, not long after one of the biggest extinctions in Earth's histories wiped out the dinosaurs. And not every owl turned out like the ones we know today. On the island of Cuba, evolution built one branch in a completely different way. Ornamentalonyx stood over 3.5 feet tall and could have weighed up to 30 pounds, several times heavier than the biggest owls alive now. Instead of swooping down from above, it hunted on foot, chasing prey across the ground. Its bones were so massive that when scientists first dug them up, they didn't think about an owl at all. This whole giant branch disappeared around the time when the last ice age ended. The owl you know today isn't the blueprint, it's the survivor, fine-tuned, detail by detail, for millions of years. Start with the eyes, because they break the rules immediately. An owl's eyes aren't round like ours. They're long tubes, built for one purpose, to pull in light. That shape lets the owl gather the faintest trace of light in an environment and turn it into a clear, usable picture. We're talking about a level of darkness where your eye would register nothing at all. No shapes, no edges, just black. And the owl is sitting there, seeing the world. But that incredible night vision comes at a price. Those eyes are so large and so elongated that they don't fit the way ours do. They're locked into the skull, wedged in place, held completely rigid. And this leads to one of the strangest facts about the entire animal. An owl cannot move its eyes, not a glance, not a flick to the side, not a twitch. They are frozen, aimed dead ahead, permanently staring straight forward. Which leaves us with a real problem. If the eyes can't move at all, not even slightly, then how does an owl look around? How does it track anything that isn't directly in front of it? The answer is where this bird starts to get genuinely unsettling. Immobile eyes force the owl to move its whole head instead, and it does to a terrifying degree. An owl can rotate its head around 270 degrees. That's 3/4 of a full circle, smoothly, in complete silence, as if the head is barely attached. And here's the new problem. In almost any other animal, turning your neck that far would kill you. It would crush or tear the arteries feeding blood to the brain, and it would trigger a stroke. Think about what a stroke actually is. You twist the supply line to the brain hard enough, the blood stops getting through, and the brain starts shutting down. By every rule we understand, that should happen every single time an owl turns its head. So how doesn't it? Picture a garden hose. Bend it sharply and the water stops. The line pinches shut. That should be the owl's neck at full rotation. But the owl cheats. It keeps a full watering can already sitting past the kink. Owls have special blood reservoir pockets that pools a reserve supply of blood, so even when a vessel pinches closed mid-turn, the brain keeps getting fed until the twist releases. On top of that, they have extra slack built into the vessels and clever routing, so nothing tears at full rotation. Sit with the chain here. The eyes force the neck should kill it, and a hidden system quietly saves it. This animal is a stack of problems solving problems. But seeing your prey is useless if the prey hears you coming first, and this is where the owl does something no other bird does. Look at the front edge of an owl's wing. It's lined with tiny comb-like teeth, a serrated leading edge that breaks up the rushing air every other bird's wings slam into. Then along the back edge of the wing, there's a soft, velvety fringe that smooths away whatever sound is left, wiping out the whoosh entirely. Put those two things together, and the result is chilling. An owl in full flight is effectively silent. The prey gets no warning, no sound building up, no beat of wings, nothing before the strike lands. Think about every bird you've ever heard. A pigeon clattering off a ledge. A duck, a crow flapping past. You hear all of them. The owl is the single predator that deleted that sound completely. And here's the part that tells you how good this design really is. Engineers have copied this exact feather edge, the serrations and the trailing fringe, into wind turbine blades and aircraft wings to make them quieter. Nature solved the noise problem we are still, right now, chasing with technology. So the owl isn't just invisible in the dark, it's inaudible too. You would never see it, and you would never hear it coming. And on the darkest nights, even the best eyes in the world hit a wall. So the owl evolved a way past even that. Look closely at an owl's skull, and you find something almost no other animal has. Its two ears aren't level. One sits higher than the other. They are deliberately lopsided, and that symmetry is the whole trick. When a sound reaches the owl, it hits each ear at a very slightly different moment and at a very slightly different volume. The owl's brain reads that tiny gap and uses it to place exactly where the sound came from. Not just left or right, but up, down, and how far away. And that flat, dish-shaped face, the feature we think of as the owl's expression, isn't for looks at all. It works like a satellite dish, catching the faintest sound and funneling it straight into those offset ears. A barn owl can pinpoint and strike a mouse moving underneath snow in total darkness, using nothing but sound, no eyes involved at all. Near perfect accuracy on a target it cannot see, buried under a layer of white, which means the owl doesn't just hunt in the dark, it perceives the dark. It builds a full, three-dimensional map of a world that to us is nothing but black silence. Where we sense nothing, the owl senses everything. It's living inside a dimension of reality we are physically blind to. Tonight, in a dark field somewhere, an owl is doing this. It's perceiving a rich, detailed, fully mapped world out of what looks to us like pure nothing, hunting through a landscape built entirely from sound and the faintest trace of light. You and I could stand in that exact same field, in that exact same darkness, and experience nothing at all. No shapes, no sound, no map. Blind and deaf to an entire world unfolding right around us, and that's the part worth holding on to. Our version of reality, the things our eyes show us, the narrow band of sound we can hear, is only one vision. The owl is living proof that reality itself is bigger than any single animal's senses, and that other, richer versions of it are being lived all around us, all the time. So the owl was never the calm, wise, simple bird from the storybooks. That image was a disguise. It's one of the most extreme and perfectly engineered birds in the night sky, and it's been hiding in plain sight the whole time. And if you made it this far, here's something that'll make you smile. Under all those elegant feathers, owls are hiding absurdly long, gangly legs. Strip the fluff away, and this majestic creature of the night is basically standing on a pair of stilts. If this rewired how you see one ordinary animal, hit like and subscribe. There's a whole bunch of them on this channel.